We're down to the final game of the Big Ten season. It's the Big Ten Men's Lacrosse Tournament Championship match. The officials are Peter Buchanan and Joe Cieslak, along with Matt Radebaugh. Off the draw, Luke Wierman gets the better of Rowlett. Maryland in the all-white gets the initial possession.
And Wierman won that clean to himself. Didn't take any intrigue there. No 50-50 ground ball, and the Terrapins will go to work.
He scored 4 times against Maryland in Michigan's win on April 1st. Wierman has done the job effectively off the draw, going to the cage against Rowlett. They work the fast break over the top. Geppert steps in and fires. That's high heat from the long stick midfielder.
That was a rocket. Geppert can
points and assists this season. Didn't have a helper in the semifinal win over Johns Hopkins. Did have a couple of goals. Wierman is roughing up Rowlett at the face-off dot. He has 3 wins under his belt already. Subs coming on.
Brian Ruppel pressed into service after Logan McNaney had a season-ending injury against Loyola. Teddy Dolan got the start against Syracuse. John Tillman opened up a goalie competition. Ruppel won it, and the rest is history. Both of these freshmen really playing well in the early going.
Luke Wierman won another draw for Maryland. That time he beat Justin Wietfeldt. Kevin Conn. We're level at 2, and we're back to the face-off dot. Wierman against Wietfeldt, and it's Wierman popping this one through and going right to the cage. Stopped by Taylor. 5 face-off wins for Wierman in the first quarter alone.
Wow, what a save by Taylor. That was a good shot by Wierman, looking to go 5-hole.
His first time in the Big Ten championship final. Face-off control for Wietfeldt. It's the first time that a number 4 seed has ever made it all the way to the Big Ten title game. Emmett Houlihan had a couple
in Baltimore in the semifinals. We want to win this Big Ten championship.
Wierman pops the draw loose, and Luke Wierman's on his way to the cooker with
great sweep. Get to the middle of the field in between the hash marks, and high bouncers will go.
Wierman gets another draw on his way to the cage with Murphy. For Maryland, it seems to be happening again. When they hosted Michigan on April 1st, the Wolverines jumped out to a 6-2 lead after the first quarter. The Terps were then number 2 in the nation.
You talked in the
final year of high school eligibility. He brings the Terps back within 2. Rowlett wins the draw and speeds away, and it gets cleaned out by Dante Trader. This has launched the length of the field. There's a flag against 5 in the white.
Trader rang Rowlett's bell. That was like a receiver coming across the middle of the field, and Trader just lowers the boom on him. We're gonna have to take a look at the replay to see what exactly the officials saw on this one.
There's a reason he's a defensive back for Mike Loxley's Terrapins.
Number 5, push, 30 seconds.
Wait a second.
The period expiring is going to be Michigan ball, top center. No face-off.
Oh my goodness.
Punching 6 past the freshman Ruppel in goal. An extra man tally there for the Wolverines. They had the fewest EMO goals in the Big Ten this season. Clay's 3rd goal overall on the day. McDonald comes up with a ground ball for Maryland in the all-white.
That was great footwork by Brett Makar to stay behind.
Stashing that one against Hunter Taylor. Luke Wierman against Rowlett. Wierman, when we spoke with him during the season, he said one of his favorites to go up against is Nick Rowlett. He has a tremendous amount of respect for 37 in the blue.
Everybody says goalies are crazy, and I'm not going to contest. Release point from that central, about 12 to 15-yard location.
Wietfeldt then wins the draw, and he's racing to the cage. Bain fires, he scores! Back-to-back bullets.
Mikey Bain was begging for this from Wietfeldt. We're going to watch this replay. What a finish. Look at Wietfeldt popping out. Bain is to his right, begging for it. And when he gets it, he makes no mistake. Grabs it, cocks it back, bounces it past Brian Ruppel.
Michigan on top 8-4. We'll carry right along. More in the first half from Homewood on Big Ten Network.
Circle, and Emily Sterling, their outstanding goaltender. We've got a good one on tap coming up in a few hours.
Dean Linke and Taylor Thornton will Headline our coverage on Big Ten Network of that one. Joe Beninati, Mark Dixon shouting out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew for all of their efforts this week. Baltimore, Maryland, Homewood Field. Historic venue, the home of the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. The top 2 seeds in this tournament, exhorting his troops. Coach said about Michigan, you know, it's a deep group, skilled, unselfish. They're going to pose problems. And if they keep winning draws like this, Wietfeldt and the Wolverines have won 4 of 5 in this quarter alone. They will be tough to catch.
I feel like it's a role reversal, Joe. Normally it's Luke Wierman getting beat early, figuring things out, coming back to dominate. Been a complete
first team all Big Ten Conference attackman, making the day tough on John Tillman and the Terps. Rowlett gets control of the draw. Attacked there on the ride by Kelly. Urksa comes to help. Wierman fighting for the ground ball, and it bounces loose to the Michigan captain, Ryan Schreiber.
All the bounces are going Michigan's way right now. They've created their luck. And then some of these, though, when fortunate...
Mark wasn't really worried about the depth chart. All he wanted to do was get better. He has been a fixture in the Terps attack unit, leading the team in points. Wierman goes early. Violation gives the ball to Michigan. So Urksa is now the 2nd highest scoring freshman in Maryland's lacrosse history, 98 seasons worth. Joe Walters is number 1.
Pretty daggone impressive company.
Score in Michigan lacrosse history, now 12 seasons as a program. Wierman in a dogfight at the face-off dot.
I was looking for 2 points for a takedown on that face-off.
It did have a wrestling quality to it, and the Wolverines come up with the ball. Josh Zawada has 5 points already today. Was a winner.
They were. Hopkins lost in that semifinal to Rutgers, and then Maryland beat the Scarlet Knights for their first ever Big Ten tournament championship. And that is what they're playing for. The chance to lift the trophy, the automatic qualifier that comes along with it. And if this result stays, Joe, we're going to have a new first-time champion ever in the Michigan Wolverines.
John Tillman was telling us earlier today as Houlihan goes to the goal. Feeds there to the open Zawada off the hitch. Fine, stop.
Face-off dot with Luke Wierman, and somebody on the offensive end has to step up, make a play.
Wierman looked invincible early in this game. Wietfeldt and Rowlett have done the better work in the 2nd and 3rd quarters. And another possession for Michigan to start the 4th. It is the largest deficit the Terps have faced this season. Trailing 12-5. Boehm has 4. Clay has 4. Wierman looking to win the draw against Wietfeldt. Gets help off the wing from Wicks. And it comes up for Maryland. Desperate times now for the Terps, trailing by 8 with 12 minutes to go. Talking about shooting percentage for Michigan. On the other side of the equation, the Terps just 2 for their last 18 as Chorus gets back into the action, going their way with just over 10 minutes left in this championship game. Wierman popped it loose from Rowlett. Luke Wierman takes it off to the cage with Murphy. Then McDonald, long stick midfielder, looking to create. Braden Urksa is picked up by Andrew.